What is up, everybody? It's Grim here. I hope you're all good. It's Friday. The weekend is almost upon us, which is good. It should be a time when we are happy and joyful. Yet again, I find myself Wait. For those of you that are of a delicate disposition and do not want to hear big boy words used in anger, then you may want to step away now. I thank you for coming to my video. Thank you for watching the first, 20 seconds, but it's time to step away because we're about to get pissed. So, thank you. Go and enjoy your weekend, have an amazing time, come back on Monday and I will be full of joy. Okay, there we go, they're gone. Corey Stockton recently did an interview with Memory Twink, and basically he talks about various different things. I will put a link to the interview down below. One of the things he has asked is about 6.2, and is it going to be the last bit of content? Is Hellfire Citadel the last raid you're putting in the game? And in the usual fucking Blizzard way, I had hoped after Ian's interview, Blizzard would be like, look, whether you like it or hate it, we're going to be honest. And because I completely respect that. Myself, that is what my entire YouTube channel is about. Like it or hate it, I want to tell you, in my opinion, and as far as I see things, the God's honest truth. Okay? And that's brilliant. So when Blizzard Commander, I, as a Warlock, was pissed when he said, we just don't want you to play. You know, we don't want you to play Demonology, so what do you want me to do about it? I was pissed as a Demonology Warlock and somebody that played it because they enjoyed it, not because it happened to be top of the spec tree at that time. But I was like, okay, but I respect you for coming out and saying, not just going, oh, it's for development reasons or for this or for that, or random people putting comments about why they thought it was being nerfed because, and that made it fucking gospel. I prefer it, Blizzard to come out, tell me to my face like a big boy that pays them money. With this in mind, I was very bouncy and joyful when I thought Corey Stockton was actually going to answer a few truths about 6.2, what we're going to expect coming up in the future, what's left of the life of Warlords of Draenor. What he said was, not a fucking lot. Well, he did say quite a lot if you read between the fucking lines. What he said was, yeah, that's pretty much it. 6.2 and Hellfire Citadel is the end. There is no more content beyond that. But what he actually said was, we're not planning on doing any more content, but if the community wants more content and something cool comes up, we might add it, but we might not, but we might, but we might not, but... So you never really got a clear answer, which is back to the old fucking Blizzard bullshit that we used to have, which is really fucking annoying and really disrespectful to us as a community. People that pay them a quite considerable amount of money and have had that money increased. Because a lot of people, certainly in my country, the price has gone up for WoW, even though the content has gone down. We have had one. This will be, I think, the first in history to have one fucking expansion or one big patch content, a big patch drop. I don't care what you say about 6.1. 6.1 was nothing. It was a hotfix. It was a bug. Even Ian said that we should never have named that 6.1. It was nothingness. It was poopy garbage. That, you know, if we had to come out and said it was just hotfixes and been honest and made it 6.0 whatever, cool. You know what? All gravy, baby. Everybody would have forgiven them. Everybody said, yeah, no, cool, not a problem. And you're giving us the Twitter and the selfie cam? That's cool, man. We'll wait for the next bit of content to actually drop. You know, when 6.1 drops and it's actually got something in it, that's cool. You know, if they had done 6.1 as having the Time Walker and the Mythic Dungeons, people may have been like, we could have wanted more, but that's cool. At least that's something. But we are literally in a Warlords Draenor. We're in a WoW expansion that is going to have one major patch drop. Unless, and what I believe he means when he says, oh yeah, but if the community want it or if something cool comes up, we might do it. Meaning if the fucking sub count drops through the floor, maybe Blizzard will think, shit, we should bring out some more stuff for this, as people are leaving in droves. I know people who are already basically about to complete their rep grind. They're sat waiting for 6.2x to come out so they can get flying, so they can then sit in their fucking garrisons because they've got nothing else to do in the game. They've already done Tanan. Now, many will be like, Jesus Christ, Grim, your channel is based on World of Warcraft and all you've done recently is bitch. I bitch and I'm moaning at the moment because I love this game, okay? I have sat in the middle of a game called Call of Duty, and I'm sorry for guys that hate me talking about Call of Duty. I've sat in the middle of a game and watched it fucking die. Alright, I've watched it give little and want more and more in return. Now what worried me, okay, which was a really good sign about this, is that Blizzard turned around, they lost all of these subs, okay, they dipped to the lowest number, you know,
They dipped back to WOD numbers, which, yeah, we were all kind of expecting there to be a certain dip. But they turned around and went, but don't worry, we cover the shortfall in other revenue streams. What? What? We kind of expected this, but don't worry, we got it covered in other revenue streams. We as a community don't give a fuck. We want you to listen when people walk. When people go and they leave your game, it's a sign that they are not enjoying what they are doing. People will play games if they enjoy it. I can still go onto old games, play them, and still find them fun. It isn't about a passing of time, it's about a lack of joy in what they are doing. You're completely missing the point. If your point is, don't worry, we've still got the revenue stream, then you are destined for fucking death, because it's the same thing Call of Duty did. Call of Duty were all about sales figures, sales figures, sales figures, sales figures. Sales figures dip like a fucking stone. All of a sudden we get tons of fucking, buy this pack, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy fucking Snoop Dogg talking to you, buy whatever shit you can get. It's the death knell of a fucking game. I used to play Warhammer Online. Warhammer Online, great game, an absolute fucking wonderful game. Okay, died a sad death. It was like a old, I don't know, it was like an old farm dog when I left that you kind of loved and you couldn't see it put down, but it should have been put down. It should have been taken around the back of a barn and shot, and just because nobody was caring for it. Its nails were getting too long, its hair was matted, it was losing hair in places, it was dribbling, it smelt funny, but you just loved it still, and nobody could bear to put it down. So what they did was they bought it a spanky new collar, and you could buy it, you know, fucking various different things. The one thing you couldn't buy for it was medicated shampoo to stop it smelling and stop its hair falling out, which is what it desperately needed, but that would have cost real money, and that's not what they wanted to do. And it worries me that that with their attitude towards 6.2 and their attitude that this is it, this is the final content patch you're going to get, and we are doing nothing else unless you provoke us to do it. That shows me there is no plan. They had a set block of the minimum amount they could release that would get them some money, that would get them, you know, that would release Warlords of Draenor, and now what we're going to get is we're going to get this fucking 6.2 staggering, crawling its way to BlizzCon, where they're going to announce the next game, and then maybe we're going to get, you know, the beta's coming out in January. Fucking January? From now? Sweet Jesus. And then we're, you know, then it's going to be pre-order. Pre-order the next one so you can play the beta, and we'll do that. We'll pre-order so we can play the beta because we are sick of playing fucking Tanan Jungle, and we'll be desperate for new content, so we'll play the beta like it's brand new content. Oh, and it saddens me, and I'm so annoyed, and I'm as pissed as I am, because I love this game, and I remember the very first time, sorry fellow Horde players, but I remember when I fucking first logged into this game, and I was a dwarf. And I was a dwarf, and I spawn in my new guy, and it's like icy frost on the ground, there's snow, and I'm like, and I just literally looked around, and I was like, holy shit, man, this is amazing. I remember going off, and then I remember discovering Ironforge, and then the train to Stormwind. I was like, this is it. Look, but gaming, this is the peak. You can't get any better than this. This is the most amazing experience I've ever had in gaming. It was stunning. It was amazing, and it was an adventure, and now it's a fucking grind, and they think that grind's acceptable. It just really saddens me to see potentially a game going, a developer that's just looking at what is the least amount we can give for the maximum amount of return. And it's just, this is the first time I have seen this, really seen this, like parted the curtains. You know, it's like watching a porn film, and then when you're actually on site, you see loads of used condoms on the floor, and it smells funky, and you're actually like, this is less erotic than I thought it would be. It's not that pleasant. It's like that. I have seen behind the scenes, and it's saddening. It really is sad, because I don't know how many times I can say because. It's just, I hope it's not the case. I hope it's taken out of context. I hope Corey was saying that we've actually got a lot of things lined up, but 6.2 is like the end of the 6.2 is the end of the story, but there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot of things that we've got coming out. It just happens to be the end of the story, you know, the main storyline for Warlords of Draenor. But don't panic, there's a lot to come. But he can't reveal that, he can't talk about those things. There could be a huge twist that we don't know about. I hope there is. I hope Blizzard are going to go, you see?
Like they said Grom was going to be the final boss. You see? You didn't see that coming, did you? I'm hoping it's that kind of moment, and then we can all sit around, have a beer, have a laugh, and, you know, go, oh, you almost had us there. You almost had us. That's what I'm hoping. That's what the fresh-faced little dwarf that first walked around in the snow all those many years ago is really hoping. But the bitter and twisted, recently nerfed warlock in me is like, nope, they just like fucking you. And they won't even take you out to dinner to do it. But anyway, guys, that's my Friday rant over and done with. I'm sorry if it was expletive-ridden. It was a little bit harsher than you're used to with me. But, hey, that's the way I feel at the moment. It's just a little bit saddening, a little bit depressing. But there we go. Life goes on. It's Friday, and we've got the weekend ahead of us. And it's going to be barbecue weather in the UK. So I'm happy. I get a barbecue and beer. But that's me done, guys. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch you all later. Have a good one.